The LTFRB, or the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, recently launched the Pink 4 project with the RRCG Bus Incorporated lending its full support. To get more insights into what appears to be a very laudable venture, we have invited Mr. Michael Salalima, Head of Corporate Affairs of RRCG Bus Incorporated, to this week's Motoring Forum. Good afternoon, Mr. Salalima, and welcome to Motoring Today.
Good afternoon, Butch. Thank you for inviting us here. Primarily dito sa show ninyo, Motoring Today.
To begin with, kindly explain what this Pink 4 project is.
Well, the Pink Bus project, this is initially launched by RRCG Transport System Company, our company, in coordination with LTFRB. The Pink Bus project is aiming to cater to 4 specific groups of people. One is the women, or yung kababaihan natin. The other one is yung kabataan. So those people that are 18 years old and below are welcome dito sa Pink 4 project natin. The third is ang ating mga minamahal na senior citizens. And the last are those with disability, or the people with disability natin, mga kababayan. So the intention of the Pink Bus, or the Pink 4 project, is to make sure that we provide a more convenient and a more secured riding experience for them, na hindi ito yung the typical na nakikipag-unahan butch sa kalsada or sa roads. Ito yung mga buses na Pink 4 na pagka dumadaan siya sa roads, talagang naka-specific tayo sa loading and unloading zones, and talagang meron siyang designated na takbo lang na fina-follow. So more on safety and security for these groups of individuals.
Tell us, how is RRCG Bus Incorporated involved in this undertaking?
Well, RRCG Transport has been in the transport business for more than 20 years. In fact, may I mention that this was originally thought of before by our owners. Which our bread and butter, or our main corridor, is the Eastern Rizal. And in the Eastern Rizal, we've noticed that there are a lot of passengers sa amin na mas marami po ang kababaihan at ang mga students. So our owners then thought of launching a tinatawag nating lady bus initially. However, much to our surprise and excitement, LTFRB din pala has a program which they call the Pink 4 program. So it's a nag-jive yung series of events, and the good chairman, Hines of LTFRB, together with the board, board member Inton and board member Corpus, said that why don't we try it for the buses, and here we eventually launched the Pink Bus altogether.
Can you explain how can a beneficiary of the Pink 4 project recognize the RRCG bus involved in the project?
Well, for one, the Pink 4 project translates to a pink bus, or a pink utility or public utility vehicle. As our watchers and you Butch know, hindi lang naman po sa bus ang may Pink 4 program ng LTFRB. So you would see that sa jeepneys and then sa taxis. Now, on the part of RRCG, our riders belonging to that particular group would be able to identify the Pink Bus or the Pink 4 project through the Pink Bus. So number one dyan, Butch, kulay pink talaga yung bus natin. Wherever they go and whatever time of the day, talagang they're painted pink, and they can be easily recognized sa road. Secondly, it is covered with markings or even an RRCG bear na colored pink pa rin. So yung markings niya is distinct from our other fleet, which bear a different color. So part of the we have to follow Butch an order given by LTFRB that gives the parameters on how to run a pink bus. So number one, that should be colored pink. Our drivers and conductors should be wearing a pink-inspired shirt or uniform. Thirdly, the decals of the bus should be pink as well. And then, of course, may mga markings diyan sa harap at sa likod na altogether pink. So, very easy to recognize that sa road pagka nag-aabang ng bus ang ating mga mananakay or the riding public.
We commend RRCG Bus Incorporated for rising to the occasion by providing a vital element, which is the transport aspect, to the Pink 4 project. However, have you made any due diligence or prior studies regarding its business viability?
Well, thank you very much for that po, Butch. The honor goes back also to our dear partners, the LTFRB and the riding public. RRCG naman po has been here again for more than 20 years, and it is our primordial responsibility to know the needs and the requirements of our ridership. Again, as mentioned earlier, this is a series of events na nagkasama-sama na or nagkatugma-tugma na, Butch. Because again, previously, our management has thought of launching Lady Bus, because of this experience namin sa ridership. And again, just to make sure lang din that we will have an adequate ridership or following for this pink bus, we had a census or a survey which we did last quarter of last year. And the survey already showed that for this eastern corridor, which we're talking po of the Taytay to Quiapo via Cainta, and then Cainta to Quiapo via Ortigas, there are more than 60% or more than 60% of our riders are the female or coming from the female segment of our society. And not to mention pa dyan, madadagdag pa yung mga students, because since we're catering yung Quiapo, nandyan yung university belt. So that somehow validates the very intention of the Pink 4 program, which is really intended for the female and the minors, which are usually mga students yan. So from the survey, and then this January, we were already talking to LTFRB. Nag-jive na siya, and LTFRB said, let's launch, So we were able to successfully run this program. And recently, LTFRB said, let's add more additional buses, RRCG. So for the Eastern Corridor, we'll be adding, well, if I may mention it, Butch, to our audience, we'll be launching 15 more buses here sa Eastern Corridor. And pretty soon po, this will be the first time that we will be announcing ang EDSA din po natin ay makaka-experience na po ng pink bus, which will be running from Alabang to Navotas. So yung people who are going from Alabang, let's say to Makati or to Ortigas, or from Navotas to Ortigas or to Makati, can expect already pink or pink buses of RRCG. It will be soon launched po later this month.
Thank you, Mrs. Salalima, for your inputs regarding LTFRB's Pink 4 project. Before we end, would you have any further message to our viewers regarding the unique but socially responsible undertaking?
Well, thank you very much also, Butch, for inviting RRCG Transport to your show. Again, we would reiterate that the honor goes back to the riding public, which we owe our very existence. Our company has been at the forefront, always to think of ways on how to improve yung riding condition ng ating mga pasahero. So we would be glad to coordinate and collaborate more with the different government agencies or even the private sector on how we can still further improve our services to our riding public. So thank you very much again for inviting us here.
Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Butch.
Mr. Michael Salalima, Head of Corporate Affairs, RRCG Bus Incorporated, our guest this week on Motoring Today's Motoring Forum.